Hey everybody, Scribs here from Cheap Drinks and Cheat Codes podcast. To celebrate doing 10 weeks of the show, we want to do some giveaways live 5:30 EST on Thursdays over at Twitch and Mixer. Here on YouTube though, we're going to be doing a separate giveaway for those that leave a comment down below. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Enjoy the show. Peace. Order has changed.
I didn't, not really. I didn't.
No, not even close. So, I'm Brandon. To my in the middle, we got Phil.
What's up, gamers?
And on the far right is still Rob.
Hey, everybody, I'm afraid of escalators.
I just realized Rob really didn't move all that much. Rob's
I love the escalators thing because
Pretty
it's
lazy.
it's so real. I've witnessed the escalator.
Making choices because I don't like change or anything. So, like, when I don't know how to get on an escalator or off of an escalator, I don't have any problem being on it. It's the dismount and the getting on part.
I feel the same when I
Got
jump off
Simone
cars.
Biles over here.
Yeah. All right, let's get right into it. Anybody drink
do it.
anything real quick
Oh, yeah.
before we go hard?
I am.
Hard to paint.
For episode 10, we brought out only the finest. This is a Mississippian
Ooh,
beach around IPA. We'll see how it is. Gotta go
Justin, Phil,
give that tap.
any coffee stout?
Because tis run out. Need to make a.
You got your ICT.
Well,
I do have
I
a-
have the albino pygmy puma. It's
That
a
sounds
New
racist
England
as fuck.
style pale ale. It was brewed after and named after one of the brewery cats, who actually ended up dying. But Second Shift Brewery here in St. Louis.
The what? Maybe
Named
I'm an
after a
asshole.
cat
What the
with
fuck is a brewery cat?
It's the cats they keep in so that they kill mice and stuff.
Yeah.
You can kill mice that would get into their barrels and stuff.
Yeah. I was a brewery
nice.
cat for a really long time.
The more you know.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
let's
you know.
jump into it. Let's jump into it. Final Fantasy VII remake. Holla.
Bang, bang.
Has anybody else besides me played it?
Boom. No.
I played the
You
demo.
all suck. Suck.
I will
suck.
play it.
Suck. My dog's
Did
behind
you
me.
get the
She's gonna be
physical
here.
deluxe edition?
Sorry.
I did.
I did not. I did not.
Get off
Yeah,
my
I'm not
pants.
making my dog move, so she's just gonna be there.
No,
doing
that's
weird
cool.
dog stuff.
It's not a fucking
So-
cat, so.
Facts. It's an amazing game. Amazing. I was nervous about the fighting. That was the only thing I was super nervous about because I really love turn-based, but it's really good. They do it really well. It's a great game. But we're here to talk about photo mode. That was the one thing a lot of people were giving it a little criticism on Twitter, like, yo, this game is so amazing. You can still do screenshots, obviously, but people wanted that photo mode to be in the game. And I just wanted to talk about it real quickly. Like, did any of us here use photo mode? Like, God of War has one.
I used
a
it on
lot of-
Spider-Man.
I
Spider-Man
have
has
used it
one.
on Spider. It's really
Like,
fun
on Spider-Man, it's
I mean-
super fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did, Zero Dawn.
I've used.
Yeah.
I didn't know Zero Dawn had
I
a
used-
photo mode.
I feel like it is an optional feature though. Like I feel like you can't. I don't think it's one of the features you should be upset about its like non-existence. Like I get the usefulness of it. I don't usually use it. I played with it on Spider-Man because it was like a good time and you can take really cool
Yeah.
photos. But I would never be mad at a game for not having it. I don't think it has
Yeah.
that kind of level of utility that I'm just like, oh wow, I need this in the
Yeah.
game. Now, that being said, Fantasy VII is a gorgeous looking game. And usually games of that level, that caliber of beauty do have it nowadays, but I don't know. I feel like it's weird for people to be upset.
Well, I was gonna say, I've only saw a couple people that were like really like upset. Most people were just a criticism, like, "Yo, I don't want to wait like 2 months for the update to adds it," and they're
I
already.
feel
gonna
like
be done the
that's
game.
common though. Like I feel like updates adding a photo mode are more common than photos existing at launch.
Yeah, true. But I just
The
want
only
everyone's
photo
opinion.
mode I've ever used was the PS4's built-in one, because that was like cool when it came out. For Infamous Second Son, last time I ever used a photo mode, but it was PS4's built-in function. So,
I also used that one actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is a
Photo
beautiful
mode.
game, Final Fantasy VII, but I'm not a photo mode person. Like, if I'm playing a game and I'm into it, I don't want to stop and take a picture. I just want to
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, but think
Like,
of
what
it
is
like
going on?
think of it like in the aspect of like when we used to do photos on Halo 3. Like in theater mode, photo after every Final Fantasy like boss, or the first time I used like a specific ability, like in a theater aspect, that'd be lit. I'd be in it.
I mean, on PlayStation, you still can. Like, the share button's actually pretty useful. I
Does it
believe
let you
there's the
move
same thing on
camera?
the Xbox. I don't know why it's.
Yeah,
It
they
doesn't
both
let
do.
you move the camera. That's the thing. Okay, so
It's
you
just a
can't-
screenshot then.
Yeah,
It's just a screenshot.
Oh, okay.
But I
Well,
mean, like, you can do like effects and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
not the
cool,
same.
but yeah, just a thought. Final Fantasy 7 remake. It's awesome. Get it if you like RPGs. Bask in its glory. Now on to games that aren't as good. Fallout 76. Country Road, take me home to a place. I don't want to go. So I don't know if anyone can. More quests. There we go. I had to think of quests.
It added-
Quest. Yeah,
it added-
NPCs
It added like a good line that it kind of lacked from the first time.
Okay, so how do we feel about it? You played it. Is it much like a
Does it make it
No Man's
better?
Sky? Yeah, it's like a No Man's Sky where like here's the update that makes the game an actual game are bad.
It's slowly, I think, maybe getting there. I think they need more quests and just general like main storyline things to do.
So they added quests and they still don't have enough quests.
Yeah, they still need more quests.
Well, there's tons of quests, but a lot of them
Yeah.
are like, go here and do this one. Like they're all like kind of short quests. Or,
Gather
like, they're-
5
They're all
berries.
bullshit.
That
they're not
was
all
the problem
bullshit,
that I
but
had with
there's a
ESO
lot of
also.
like simple things. It's like, oh, go clear this town out, and then you get things. There's
Mhm.
you don't have that major like main story drive line, but they kind of added what the couple they added are they're not bad. I've been playing through it again, so I'm trying to get through all these stories. But it's not there, but they're going in a good direction.
Okay.
It's hard to play a game about the apocalypse during the apocalypse.
Yeah, I just feel bad.
I need to look up when that game originally came out so I can be more upset.
I mean, the
76? That
entire
was
reason we were playing World War Z was
76.
to like prep ourselves.
Yo, that shit came out in November 14th, 2018. So it's
Yeah.
it's 2020 if
Been out
anyone
for a
doesn't
while.
know. So that shit's been out for 2 years and we're still talking, is it a real full game? So
Yeah.
I'm a vote nah and hit 'em
Remember
with that stamp.
PUBG and how it's still a broken game and it's
That's
been
fair.
out for a long time?
What?
Yeah, but they've got missions. One mission.
Yeah.
PUBG.
No
Chicken
Man's Sky
dinner.
took a long time to get good too.
And
They
now
also-
But that No
Pissed
Man's
off
Sky
myself
was
quite a bit.
initially being written
Yeah.
by one person, so him finally bringing people on was what made it actually do good.
Yeah. I watched this game pull a Destiny.
Things to say about Destiny.
This is valid though. Like the fact that if you pay $60 for a game, play the game. I beat Destiny 2 in legitimately like an hour and a half. And then to now it's free to play and they're like, "Oh, but here's this new DLC for $30. It's like, but I already paid the other one for. I feel like there should be a caveat. Like, if you could prove you bought the other one for $60, you get that DLC for like 50% or something. Like, I shouldn't have to pay another $40 for a DLC for a free to play game that I paid $60 for.
Well, so we differ on this a bit because, like, you don't like playing DLCs, period. And I don't care if a DLC is planned as much as I care that the game itself is a full fucking game ahead of time.
That's fair.
I didn't play Destiny 2. I played Destiny 1, which is not a full fucking game. And then they had like I don't know how many DLCs, like 3 or 4,
Yeah.
something like that. Like several of which don't add any visual content to add to the story, like cutscenes or anything. And it totaled up to be more expensive than the actual original game. So like, I don't mind paying for DLCs. I don't mind, when they're planned. I don't care about any of that stuff, but I need the original game to be a full fucking game first. Like that's my big concern. So yeah. That's
I feel like we can go on this tirade for a while because I have mad opinions. Too.
yeah, we should probably
We'll
move
make
on.
that a separate thing. We're moving on, Justin.
It'll come up
You.
again in a different game and we can
Yeah.
discuss it
Yeah.
then.
Continue
All
the
right.
conversation later.
Crysis.
Oh
I
yeah.
played the demo of this game whenever it originally came out. I remember I had to literally I clocked the shit out of my Windows 2, whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember.
Windows 2.
And that's I
Windows
think
Vista, but
I played it on low, and I was able to play the demo back in the day.
yeah,
Um,
I remember this heavy.
Yeah, that meme was great. Like, but can it run Crysis?
Yeah.
So it
this
just came
game
out.
was
Yeah, top tier. It just came out today that it is being remastered for every major network: PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. It's going to have ray tracing. It's going to have new textures, the bells and whistles. So it's going to be pretty well done.
Yeah.
From what they say.
And
Now, the elephant in the room, the portable elephant in the room, the Switch. Does everyone looking at their phones right now? What are we, a fucking school? What is this? I got a yellow at
Well, I had to double check something because this was my idea. I didn't have time to dive into this because it just came out. Announcement. And I was thinking, because that old thing, can your PC play Crysis? Like one thing, I would go into like computer stores when they were still a thing, like 4 building computers. I don't know if any of them are around, and they had like a 50-inch TV with a computer hooked up to it playing Crysis on Ultra, and they're like, this thing can play Crysis on Ultra, and that was the thing. So my thing about this was like, has Crytek been building a new engine to be like, hey, guess what? This is the new top tier thing. If you can,
right.
If you can have, this is the graphics you can have, but it's gonna require the top of the line stuff. But now they're like, oh no, it's just coming out for PS4, Xbox.
It's not that
amazing. I've played all of them except like Warhead, the spin-off.
Yeah.
And I've had fun, but they're not amazing games. It was just the engine was so good. So if they
did change part of their rating system, it's still rated T, but it'll also have the logo here. In-game purchases, in quotes, includes random items.
It's going to be right at the bottom of the tag. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so
whatever game it is, normal, the ratings are still the same, but they're going to have like a tiny little.
Yeah. So when your grandma buys you a Christmas present and looks at that,
and you have to explain to her what a loot box is.
Yeah. Now the only thing the only thing I think is interesting in this, because there are certain countries that are like banning loot boxes and stuff like that. Like it's so if I'm thinking that's the only caveat and good thing to this is if a game has that on it, it might just get like banned in that country. Like they might if it gets that far.
The ESRB, there's already like that happens. Some games do get banned in those countries due to.
There's a bunch of European countries that are banning games. I think.
And I think Australia, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
Australia bans a lot of stuff. I'm just making an assumption, but I thought I heard that also.
Yeah, but if you see that in your games, it exists. I don't think any of us here are super fond of microtransactions. I don't care if they're cosmetic, really.
I don't mind microtrans. I don't like random.
Yeah. If I get a microtrans with no duplicates, I'm not. I'm
like
less
if I
mad.
know what I'm getting, that's fine.
Yeah.
Lack of income, like they'll just.
Yeah.
They'll like even that small percentage of people is enough to carry. It's the same thing that happened with like GTA.
If you do a video, it was super lame. Like
no, I'm just saying like
I shoot videos
there
all the time.
Are levels. Like there are levels of apology. Like there's like a tweet. There's like
there's
a
the face
video,
dub
but
tweet.
it's like right. There's levels, so at least he did a video. But it's like I didn't care about like the apology anymore. It's like you didn't have to say it. Like no one was quizzing you. You weren't playing Scrabble. Like there was no fucking reason to use it. And yet it happens so now that
weren't
it's
out there reading Mark Twain.
Gaming culture.
You weren't playing Scrabble,
right? you don't yell out the words you put down in Scrabble.
You're like, I don't want to use it, but that triple point.
It's a lot.
All right, on to the next one. Resident Evil 4, my favorite Resident Evil game. It's fire. It announced. Capcom is doing a remake. I think Phil and we're the only ones that play Resident Evil here, right? Rob.
Which one's 4? Not the one we're in the desert.
With Leon. You talking about the movie?
In the desert?
No.
No, Resident Evil 5 is in like a desert thing. Resident Evil.
It's in Africa.
That's the one I'm thinking. I'm thinking of 5.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 it came out on the GameCube. It's like in this weird old-timey village,
like Spainish, like a Spain area,
like Spain villages in the woods with a castle and stuff. It's amazing.
It's amazing. It was the first Resident Evil that used smart zombies. Like for example, the first scene where you're like trying to spoiler alert, if you're trying to fight, you literally have to just survive for like I think it's like 5 minutes. Go up and then started climbing up it. And I was like, are you shitting me? And because that was GameCube, so that was like 10, 12 years ago. And that was just awesome. Now I'm a little reserved because the Resident Evil 3 remake wasn't the best game. it cut a lot of details out from the original. That was the big thing, and it was very linear. There wasn't a lot of free roam like the original 3 had. Phil, do you have anything you want to talk about with it? Like, that's my biggest concern, is that they just don't make it full. Like, they cut shit out.
The thing is they've remastered this on everything. It has an HD remaster on the PS4 right now. I could go grab it upstairs. I have it. What is the point of remaking it? That game is polished and clean and extremely fun to play even nowadays.
Yeah.
How is a remake or what would that even entail? Are you going to tell something different? If you're going to do that, name it Resident Evil 8. Give it its
Which
own
they
game.
are also still working on.
Yeah, so I don't see the point in this, because you can go under $20, buy the PS4 version, and play the actual game HD remastered on your HD TV. Have a grand old time.
Well, let me hit you. I'm with it just because the graphics on 2 and 3, the remakes were amazing. But let me hit you with this. You're a Final Fantasy fan. Do you like 10?
Me? Yeah, I love 10.
So imagine 10 came out on PS3, and then it came out on everything else after that. Not Final Fantasy 10. They came out with it. They were like, we're gonna do it just like Final Fantasy 7. Would you be like, I'm excited? Because Final Fantasy 7 only came out once, and then another time. 10 came out a million times.
No,
It's a remaster though. It wasn't a full remake.
Well, that's what Resident Evil 4 was. It was a remaster. It wasn't
right.
a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2, the remaster on PS4. If they were like, we're gonna remake it like this new Final Fantasy 7, I probably wouldn't be that hyped. It would go in my backlog. I'd pick it up just for the collector in me to pick it up. But I have no need, because you can go back and play Final Fantasy 10 right now.
Yeah.
I could, but if they made a remake, I'd be hard as a motherfucker.
I have it for the PS4, the Switch, and the PS3. Final Fantasy 10. I bought it when it came out for the PS3, then the PS4, and then the Switch. I've played it every single time. Under Siege did say he feels like that if they don't get this remaster right, there's going to be hell to pay, because that's like everyone's childhood, just like the Lion King remake, which I didn't watch the Lion King remake because
it was trash. It was the Beyonce movie.
That's fair. And I agree. Like I still want this Resident Evil 4 remake to happen because it's my favorite one. But yeah, I'm gonna lose it if they cut out like the village chief or anything in that game. Like, I'm not the hugest fan of 3, but a lot of people were pissed off at that clock tower. Like, it just hinted at it. They were like, "Oh, look, the clock tower." But in 3, that was like a whole thing. So it is what it is. I really still am excited for it. I just hope they don't fuck up.
Yeah, because like there were things like I remember playing the demo of Resident Evil 4, and I never found the shop room, and you literally have to search for it, or you're never gonna find it. And I did when the game finally came out. If they take off little things like that, then I won't sell it. I'll buy it, but it'll just get put away, and I'll get out the remaster and play that instead.
Yeah, I need to actually get that. I believe Casey got it for the PS3, but I'm not busting out a PS3 to play this shit. Sorry, Phil. All right, on to the next one. China. We talked about last week how we talked about last week. I wasn't gonna give it an accent, but
it was the Trump China.
Okay, that's fair. Last week,
Terrible accent.
last week we talked about China banning. Or I'm sorry, I lied. We talked about people protesting on Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, they were throwing up like, they're just like posters and stuff. Yeah, all that jazz on Animal Crossing. And it came out literally like the next day to 2 days after our last video. Last Thursday. That they just banned the purchase of Animal Crossing in China. Which is really funny, so you can't buy it. But I wonder how far this could go. Like the random shit that people in China do to get like their word out, and then China just bans it. Like they should play that game.
I mean, they're a
This is how
communist.
far they went.
Yeah.
This is how far they went.
They
If
can do
went,
whatever
"Hey,
they want.
You guys would, use an Animal Crossing to spread, free Hong Kong propaganda. Would get rid of Animal Crossing. So they just went to a different. So China just went, we're not doing this anymore, and just is turning off multiplayer games.
Yeah,
China is literally banning multiplayer games.
Yeah, well, online single-player games will be screened as well as online multiplayer games. So not all of them are going to be banned, but they're literally making sure that
What are they paying to watch me play Animal Crossing on my island?
I don't know, man. But yeah, China's going ham as usual. Stop it, China. Fuck. Let people.
I don't
speak their
think
mind.
China watches our show.
They might.
They will as much shit if you said.
Rob's on a list. He tries to go to Hong Kong
Yeah.
for a visit. They just beat his ass.
They burned his Animal Crossing island down.
Yeah, but we just wanted to get that out there because we did talk about the Animal Crossing thing last week, so there is repercussions from this week, which really sucks. So hopefully things there get better eventually. In lighter news, Nintendo Switch update. This came out like a day or two ago. Update 10.0.0. It's a firmware update. The big two things: you can now map the controls on your Switch, and as well you can take your SD card out and transfer your game data and so forth. You can have game data on an SD card and put it into your Switch, which I can't believe that wasn't a thing before. I didn't know you couldn't do that. That's hilarious to me. But yeah.
Their saves and maybe their Switch breaks. Let's do this because with this whole bandwidth being shrunk, it might have had a lot of fails on getting stuff from the cloud.
True. But yeah, that's the update. Those were the main two big things. Everything else was just like hardware based, which we can segue into speedrun because there is something we can talk about that. We don't have a thing, right? We do have a thing.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
All right. That
That
does
part wasn't
segue from
broken.
the it segues from the Switch update to the rumored secondary display. It was like found in the code of the update that there's a thing in there that might support a second screen on the Switch. Well, a lot of people aren't saying like a secondary device. A lot of people are thinking it might be another Switch that can fucking.
Yeah, but how do they find that in an update? Like you're just looking at a firmware update and you're like, oh shit, look, it's designs for a brand new Switch.
Yeah. Who knows? But how do we?
It's
feel
probably
about
the
that?
words use alternate like dual display or something.
How do you
It
guys
was
feel about
probably
that?
not like
I feel like it
How-
would be pretty dope. As long as it's not a 3D display.
That
Yes,
shit
yes.
hurt my eyes.
Yeah,
I think it hurt
turned off
most
the 3D
people.
part.
It hurt most. I don't know.
It wasn't useful.
I don't have an opinion until I see what the usage actually is.
So
Yeah.
here's my thing. If they do have this like dual display thing or whatever, it doesn't need to be 3D. It can be like a 2DS. And all they do on this new Switch is now, hey, guess what? DS, 3DS slot, cartridge slot in there too. Now they have that whole backlog available
Ooh.
with the Switch. I would rebuy a Switch just for that because then I can start buying 3DS games. And
I'm gonna
play
stop
those.
you right there, fam. You don't
Yeah.
think? No, they're gonna make you buy those games again. There's no fucking way.
I mean,
they're
you would
gonna let
have to. You would have to, but you need the slot. Like you'd have to have the carts yourself, but maybe you traded in your 3DS and stuff for a Switch, so you'd have to
Nah,
go
they'll make
rebuy
you-
those
they'll make-
games.
You just download.
That is so much monetization they can make on that. They could charge everyone $15, $20 for those games,
Yeah.
and people will buy them. I mean, they went so hard on those emulator sites.
I need a new
Yeah.
WarioWare.
Like, there's no way.
I need a new WarioWare. That's what I
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, they went super hard on all the emulators, and then like 2 months later, they re-released like yellow and gold, silver Pokemon. It's like whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not actually that upset if all the Fire Emblem games on the Game Boy Advance came out for $10 a pop on the Switch. I'd buy them immediately. I don't really care. I would like to play them more. I have my favorite Fire Emblems on the Game Boy Advance. I still have my Game Boy Advance and that game to play it because I can't find it anywhere else.
That's
but-
because they're very expensive.
Yeah, I have it. I don't know where it is, but I have it. I have a Game Boy Advance still, but I can't find the game. It's around here somewhere. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. We'll find out more. Wolfenstein has a board game coming out, which is really cool. It's a miniatures board game. There's not much about it, but it's like a dungeon crawl co-op like board game. So we'll link it if you're interested in it. It looks really cool from what we've seen so far. But I just wanted to talk about it because it looks really interesting. Justin, it's very similar to what's that board game you play for Star Wars with the miniatures?
X-Wing. X-Wing miniatures. Final
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. But I just wanted to talk about it.
It's probably going to be similar. This was a long time ago for like Doom 3. There was a board game that came out that's themed around Doom 3 that's similar with like a miniature dungeon crawl. And that's a lot of fun. I played it.
Yeah. Under Siege says, speaking of the Switch, he saw a review on IGN about the Cooking Mama game. that takes your money, not your money. We'll get into that in a second. They said it was bad. Have we ever played it on the DS? And did we hear about it was console? I have never played a Cooking Mama game. I just want to know.
People weren't. The company was. The company
Was it the company?
Yeah, the company integrated it into their software where everybody who was playing it clicked a confirm or accept terms and conditions. The terms and conditions essentially meant that while you're playing the game, they get to use a percentage of your console or your CPU's power to farm Bitcoin on their servers.
Solid.
That is great.
Yeah, it got a 3. Damn.
Yeah, but how it probably got a 3 is, companies like that blast out review codes. So IGN probably got one like that. So they had someone review it because they got the code and probably got some money from them. And while they were reviewing, they were farming Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Why not send it out? If that's what you're going to do, send it out to as many reviewers as you can.
Yeah, give it out for free. They should have gone free to play.
Yeah, Ultra Siege, that's not my kind of game, so I'm not playing it. The only cooking game I ever played was the ones on VR, because those are funny, like the one where you just fuck off and like make orders and shit. Those are funny.
Overcooked.
I would play Cooking Mama if it was Gordon Ramsay.
Very fun. I love Overcooked. It's a solid.
Yo, if I played Overcooked and Gordon Ramsay was just there, just being like, "It's fucking raw," like
the fucking lamb sauce.
That'd be amazing. Real quick, so a ton of games are free right now. Sony's dropped their Play Safe at Home. As long as there's a bunch here, so I'm gonna riddle off a couple of free games you can get, and you can fuck with. So, Assassin's Creed. Wait, that's not anymore. That ended. Oh, that's till tomorrow. Assassin's Creed.
Till tomorrow.
Yeah, I had to find the date because I didn't know what today's date was. Assassin's Creed 2 is free on Uplay. Right now till tomorrow. So if you want to play 2, I don't even remember 2. I was talking and thinking of 2. I don't remember playing.
Yes, you do.
2.
You do. Everyone remembers Assassin's Creed 2 because it was
the most
amazing.
famous
That was
one.
before it got shit.
I think 3 was my favorite one though.
No, you hate 3.
You hate 3.
We've argued about
Just
No,
Jedi
you're
mind
right.
tricked
3
his ass.
repeatedly.
3 to me is the second one with Ezio in it, where he's older, and that's technically 3, but it's not called 3.
No. So
the third Ezio one. So that's the
Is that Brotherhood?
Revelations.
Revelations.
Yeah, it's the 4th game, but
Google.
So there's Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations. Revelations is the 3rd game of the Ezio series.
Yeah.
But Assassin's Creed 2 is when it kind of blew up and felt like an RPG. So it was really, really big and it wasn't as linear. I love that game. I'm pretty sure I 75%ed it on my first playthrough.
We could tell you love it because the moment we talked about it, you went Assassin's Creed. My man leaned up. All right, maybe I'll have to download it because I don't remember that one, to be honest. I'm sure I played it.
It's really good. It's worth a playthrough.
More cleft.
Life is Strange Episode 1. Which one is that? That's one of those Telltale. It's free on Microsoft Store. Monument Valley is free on the Apple Store. Epic Games, this is one I thought about getting, that Sherlock game. Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment is free right now on the till today.
I have that on Steam. I've never played it.
I thought about getting the newest one.
It's actually over. It was over this morning.
Is Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes?
No, it's just a normal dude.
You won't play.
They do take all the ones made after the Robert Downey Jr. ones do take a couple of like little things from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot.
Not a lot. But those are some free games you can play. And give me half a second here because I need to look at the Sony ones.
Uncharted and Journey.
It says Uncharted and Journey.
Yeah, so Uncharted and Journey you can play as well. If you're sitting at home chilling, there's so many free games right now.
Yeah, Uncharted is the Drake.
PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, for all the PlayStation ones, you do need PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, but it is the Uncharted collection, so it's 1, 2, and 3, which are all very fun to play through.
A solid weekend killer.
Yeah. So fun fact, this is something I found on the internet the other day and I had to talk about it. Tamagotchis. Everyone fucked with Tamagotchis.
Mine's still alive.
I'm assuming.
It's just got a beard.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Child services got called on mine. I lost custody immediately.
Of your Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
You should have
They came in, they were like, we got to check the living conditions at this Tamagotchi. I'm like, shit.
Those little
It's
8-bit
covered in
all over
shit.
the place.
I haven't looked at this.
It showed up on that the Animal Planet show that they just showed up to people's houses and they had like the fucked up dogs in the backyard. It was that they kicked out your door and they're just like,
It's
"Where's
all
your
the people that
Tamagotchi?"
have-
Caesar Milan is like, that's not how you take care of.
He's like whispering into your Tamagotchi. It is okay. It is okay, little
But-
buddy.
In the year of 2020, you can still have a Tamagotchi. There are
They actually made a
Evangelion
comeback.
themed.
Mhm.
Like last year. I'm just throwing that out. Sorry, you can continue talking.
God damn it, Rob.
Just fuck whatever I'll say. You couldn't let me go. There's Tamagotchis that are Evangelion themed. Then you go, actually, Tamagotchis. You just had to yell right in the fuck what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
Ignorant bastard. No, it's okay.
What were you saying, Josh, about the Tamagotchi?
Wow, we're so interested.
In June of this year, you can buy Evangelion Tamagotchis. I'm gonna post a link if you care, but they're cool.
It's not even out yet.
No, they come out.
Is
in
that
June.
just you taking care of Shinji masturbating next to a hospital bed?
Whatever? I just thought that was cool because they're cool themed. There's a purple, a red one, and one that looks like that mech who I can't remember the name because I haven't watched that anime for like a
It's been a
billion
long
years.
time.
If it
but
doesn't
it's
turn
cool.
into a mech, I don't care.
It might pull a Digimon out and just take you to the
Don't
internet.
go
or whatever.
there. Don't go there.
Yeah. So Valorant, Brandon, your baby.
Bro, what
have
the
you got a
fuck are
code
they
yet?
doing? Bro, I
Have
don't
you
even
got a
wanna talk
code yet
about
for
it.
that?
I don't want to talk about it. Literally, like people who've
Alright.
watched like a third of the hours of that game have gotten codes, and I haven't got
Alright.
shit,
They hate you.
bro.
So I looked into this a little bit. I feel like you guys did a little bit more, but they implemented an anti-cheat software that I feel like fucked the game up.
Very invasive. No,
It's not
it-
necessarily
the game is fine.
Your PC that
it-
is where it fucked up.
Gotcha. Okay. So I saw that it's causing a lot of frame rate drop. And just it's not very doesn't run with a lot of things, correct? That's what I
It's
read.
not
When
been
you-
perfected.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
It's still
beta,
early.
so
Well, the whole anti-cheat system is what it does is when you boot up Vanguard for the first time or Valorant for the first time, it installs
what you
the
meant.
anti-cheat. So if you quit it, the anti-cheat continues to run. But let's say you turn your PC off, turn it back on. The minute you turn your PC on, the anti-cheat kicks in. You can never play Valorant that entire day, but the anti-cheat will run in the background.
in the background.
And it's
Yeah.
causing major issues with people's PCs because it's just
Nice.
chewing up memory.
Well, at least it's a beta, so that's a thing.
Yeah, but that
Mhm.
sounds hyper invasive.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
It's a kernel. It runs through everything, and it runs continuous from the minute you turn your PC on. That is running. You never have to launch the game, and even if you uninstall it or turn it off, the minute you relaunch Valorant,
It pops
it
up.
immediately kicks back on, and
Yeah.
reinstalls
See, that's
itself.
exactly
Hey,
what
bitch.
happened to my Tamagotchi. It just kept running when I wasn't
Yeah,
trying.
they
again.
really just need to do what ESEA does for CS:GO. Essentially, you have like a secondary program that you launch up. It's kind of like what is that, BattleEye, things like that. Like, but the problem with BattleEye is that it's just not updated enough to really like fight against the most advanced cheats.
What's their other game again that I forgot that I know?
League of
it said
Legends.
MOBA? Does that not have an anti-cheat?
I mean,
Can you not cheat in that
you
game?
don't I mean, there's macros, you could run macros, but it's not aim based, so cheating doesn't really matter much. It's more like
wasn't sure if
economy
they
and
ran
team
anything.
fighting. I mean, people have gotten banned. You'll get banned pretty much instantly for running scripts and macros, where like your character uses all of his abilities the moment you click one key rather than having to click
Yeah.
5 keys, stuff like that. But I'm sure it hasn't. It obviously hasn't.
Right.
Yeah, the moment that they said kernel in the paragraph, I was like, oh, it's a rip. You can't do that.
Rip. Yeah. All right. Last but not least, if anyone's a fan of Minecraft in this day and age, the ray
Mhm.
tracing and all that shit is out. I don't know. I think it's a beta. Yeah, it's a
It's
beta.
in beta currently.
It came out today. So if you want to, build blocks and have them look crisp as fuck,
It
Um,
looks fucking phenomenal.
does it? Who gives a shit?
You will once you download that Planet Earth Minecraft map And you're
Yeah.
looking at
I'm just
Everest.
joking. I respect people that play. All right, on to the hot week. So many
Boom,
games
boom,
came out this
boom.
week. So many. So many. I'm gonna need 20 fucking minutes to go over this, guys.
All
You
right.
ready?
Floor is yours.
All right. Fallout 76 Wastelanders expansion came out this Tuesday for PS4, Xbox, and PlayStation or PC, whatever. That voice fucks me up. I tried. Vampire, the Masquerade, New York came out for Xbox on the 15th, which is Wednesday.
Yesterday.
Mhm.
Hellpoint came out for PC April 16th.
Today.
Ironically enough, Overcooked 2, the Gourmet Edition, came out for PC today. We just mentioned that. And Save Your Nuts for PC, Xbox, and Switch came out today. And that's it. Pretty low week. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of low weeks for game releases.
Yeah, 'cause they're giving everything out for free.
Yeah. Well, we had Animal Crossing, Doom, and Final Fantasy. Those were the big, like,
Yeah.
spring
Persona 5
releases.
Royals.
Yeah, your
games.
spring.
Oh wait, did you yell Persona? Is that what you yelled?
Yeah.
Persona 5 Royals.
Yeah.
I just
Let that out.
guessed. I didn't hear you, but I saw you like, motherfucker, what'd you say? And Persona 5. I watched you stream that 2 days ago, and I don't know how I feel about it still.
But you didn't
Oh.
play it.
So
Yo,
I was like,
gra-
that's fine.
Gravy Party makes a good point. Cyberpunk was supposed to come out today originally.
Damn. We were
Oh,
about
true. It was today.
F in the chat.
Damn.
So we're not gonna do a fuck Mary kill this week. There's nothing. We're murdering Fallout.
Yep. Everybody just
And-
kills Fallout.
Overcooked 2.
Yeah.
I was gonna fucking save my nuts. That's
Yeah.
all
Sure.
I got.
We're gonna wrap up with our cheat code and what we're playing.
Yeah. And then we
so-
have a
Alright.
special announcement, at
Announcement.
the end. Yeah. Hit us with the cheat code of the week.
The cheat code of the week this week is for Blade 2 on the PS2, the game based off the movie, so you know it's great. But this is a way to access all the missions at the menu screen. If you hold L1, then press down, up, left, circle right, down, square, you can unlock all missions. A way to skip it if you don't actually want to play through everything.
Doing that
I've never played that
tonight.
game.
In relation to game-based cheats, I remember the Matrix game, the one where you didn't play as Neo. There was a cheat that like you put in all the cheats and it like broke your fucking game. Like you could play in like unlimited dodge bullets and stuff, but it wouldn't save. It literally bricked your game. If you tried to save, it just deleted all your data.
Yeah.
Nice.
So rip. Under Siege. Little Big Planet 3 was free on PlayStation at one point, and I downloaded it and I played it for literally 5 minutes. But Rob likes
I
that
loved Little Big Planet. I actually need to get the third one, but the first and second one I enjoyed very much.
I played all three. I didn't the third one as much as the other two, just from like a story aspect. But for the people that play it for the online portion, yeah, they improve them every time. I mean, it all has like the same shit in it, and then more shit. So, yeah,
Go ahead, Rob.
I'm still chugging away at Persona 5. But the last couple days have been God of War, because I didn't buy it when it came out, so
Okay.
I'm working my way through that right now.
Wonderful game.
Sick.
So was it me?
It's you, Philly.
All right. I finally got my Persona 5 in at GameStop, so I am playing Persona 5 Royal. I've already put in just under 11 hours in, and I am streaming it on my channel most of the days of the week. Yesterday, I streamed on Gather 5 some Sega Genesis beat-em-ups, but the big thing for me is yesterday, an old Super Nintendo game that I used to have. I think I rented it more as a kid came in, and that was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo.
Hey.
In like 30 minutes, I went through the first two stages. The second boss didn't even hit me. I don't think I ever did that when I was a kid, but that was a lot of fun. So that's kind of
Weird flex.
I was
mainly.
looking at me like weird flex,
Weird
Phil. Yeah,
flex,
you're
but
better than
yeah.
your 10-year-old self.
I know.
Good.
Yeah.
You're not
Loser?
snorting
No,
glue
but
anymore.
yeah, mainly Persona 5, like, and then just I've been playing some old beat 'em ups on Sega and
Okay.
SNES.
Okay. Baby boy.
That's you, Justine.
I'm unfortunately back on the Overwatch grind. It is disgusting and grimy, and it is disgusting, and it is a toxic community. But I very much enjoy the game. I can't say more.
Short and
or less
sweet.
about it.
Let's into it and be done. I guess I'll do that this week maybe. But yeah, Final Fantasy 7 remake, which is fire. Phil, you should play that instead of fucking Persona 5.
No, he shouldn't.
Shut
So-
up.
He can play both.
Whatever.
Persona 5 is dope.
Okay.
Whatever. And then I'm also playing my shooters, Siege, Overwatch. What the fuck is
Siege.
it with Apex?
We ain't touched Siege in a
Apex.
minute.
We played it like 2 days ago.
We played a game.
Yeah. All right, Brandon.
It was a game.
So,
Oh, I played Warhammer. Yeah. So
Spyro Reignited Trilogy.
I already did that. That was like
You already
that
did
last-
it? That's cool.
you actually played that? I thought you were about to be like, I play shooters, y'all know. That's it.
Nah. So started playing through the first. I'm on the third world of the first Spyro game. I'm really just grinding out so I can get to the third game at a decent time, and I can just skate, and that's it. I literally just want to skate.
You can skate too. I think. I'm pretty positive. 'Cause
They
the
have-
same reason why I played through one like really quickly. Was
Yeah,
to
I just-
get to the. I wanted to play hockey.
I just want to skate. I just want to chill. I would also just grind out to get to the fireworks in Ripto's Rage because that was like the most fun. The little Chinese festival. But yeah, and then obviously shooters all day long. Obi watch with these two randos.
Cool. Yeah.
Watch.
All right. What's this big news that I don't even know about?
Right, it's on the
What's
low
this?
low. Go ahead, Phil.
All right, so this is mainly because of all this craziness going on to give a shout out to a local game store that hooks me up. Shout out. They might be only doing pickup like at the store right now, but I'm sure if they get enough people shooting in that like, hey, we want to order your stuff, they will ship it to you. You just might have to pay the shipping. And that's grumpybobsonline.com. They have tons of stuff. Brandon's been to their shop before. It's like an old house.
It's
And
crazy.
every room
That's
is
the best.
filled. Every room is filled to the brim with games. Like if you wanted to go buy a Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, they probably have 20 some odd copies of it, and you can get it for under $10. And you could order that and play San Andreas again.
Yeah, they have.
So I just
They even have like the comics. They have like Funko Pops. They legitimately, if you are a fan of something that's entertainment based, movies, they have books, they have comics. If you're in the market for anything entertainment based, they've got it 100%.
Okay. Cool.
and I just want to shout them out because one thing they did, I don't know if they'll do that for everybody, but I contacted them. They normally have monthly sales, like buy two get one free all pre-owned games. They didn't have that, so they generated a code for me for this month to use twice. That was 20% off my order. They just did that because they wanted me to come in, and I used it once, and next week I plan to use it again to get some games. Probably gonna go for some higher dollar NES games to get a good amount off of them. But
Cool.
Just wanna
yeah, link
give them
that
a
at the
shout
bottom
out.
here.
Yep, they're going to be on the screen. We'll link it in the bottom. It'll be in the description. If you're watching on Spotify and Apple Podcast and SoundCloud, just check the description, and then we'll have annotations on the screen. You can just click on the screen and go straight to their website.
Cool.
So is that official spawn now? Because we
No.
do the unofficial sponsor all the time.
No,
Right
yeah,
now
it's
it's
still
unofficial.
it's still unofficial, but if they want to throw us a promo code, maybe save 10% with the code Gather5, it'd be cool. But we'll leave that up to Grumpy Bob.
we're in negotiations right now.
Yeah. Closed door negotiations.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff. We stream
yep,
at
yep.
5:30 every Thursday. We have a lot of anime segments dropping. Phil does his, was it monthly
Retro
grabs,
game-
finds?
It's
Ooh,
two.
monthly
It's got
grabs.
two. It's got two seasons now.
I
Or two
forgot,
series
yeah.
now.
Yeah, I just started Retro Game of the Week. The first one was premiered yesterday. It's on
Mhm.
Chrono Trigger, a game near and dear to my heart. It's just a little overview. It's not that long, like 6 minutes. And I went in through some interesting history about the development on it. So
Fire.
Hold on,
It's
I have to
solid.
watch
All
it.
right, cool. We got more anime stuff always coming out. Next videos slowly but surely. And that's it for the week. Under Siege, thanks, bro. Gravy Party. Everybody else. Till next week.
Later.
Bye.
Fuck you, Kyle Larson.